and gentlemen. I hope everyone is having a great evening. And once again, this is your boy Crispy Daniels back at it again on another episode of Missing the 90s. So today, I want to talk about, I'm just going to be flat out. I'm going to talk about Mortal Kombat 4. I'm going to skip over Ultimate 3 and Trilogy for now. Since those games are pretty similar, the only difference is more stages from the other games and all the characters in Trilogy, but um I mean, it's some other differences too. You got the aggressive meter and stuff like that. But I just want to jump over onto 4. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Mortal Kombat 4 to me is an underrated game. I've been looking online lately and I've been seeing a lot of hate for this game. I really don't understand why. Like, I thought it was a pretty good game, and a lot of other people I knew thought the same thing. So I'm just trying to figure out where the hate is coming from. But I will say this though, the cut scenes at the end of each character's story, it's really cheesy. You know what I mean? It's pretty funny too. I'll go as far as to say that. Um, I remember we rented this game back in 1998 for the first time on the N64. We bought it home, popped it in. The game was dope. You know what I'm saying? We all thought it was dope. If any of my siblings said that the game was whack, they lying because I was there. I was 11 and I remember. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? The game, it was fire. You know what I mean? Like now, I can't really say that the game is still pretty good, but it's not, fire like it was. You know what I'm saying? Due to the fact that all these other games came out behind it. But I feel like Mortal Kombat 4 has some unique elements. You know what I'm saying? Well, for an example, you had the weapon system. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, they still kept up with the hidden characters and all of that. You know what I mean? One of my favorite hidden characters was Meat. I don't know. I just like playing with him. I got a kick out of playing with him. But that was a good character. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the weapon system was, pretty. It was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? You could beat the character's ass until they drop the weapon, and then you could pick it up and use it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now, the one thing I did not like though, I'm not gonna say I didn't like it, but I found kind of odd that one Goro was missing from the arcade version, but he was on they added him to the console versions. But Shinnok, as the main boss in this one, was actually a playable character. I found that kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? But Shinnok was one of the easiest bosses in any Mortal Kombat game, in my opinion. If y'all couldn't beat him, y'all just suck. But he was easy to me. And then I like how creative they got with the game over screen. You know what I'm saying? Like you got your character falling down a well, and then if you hit zero, fall into a pit of spikes. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was very creative and dope when I first saw it. Um, the roster in this game. I'm going to say this too. The roster in Mortal Kombat 4 is a hell of a lot better than the roster in Mortal Kombat 3. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody says. It was. And I felt like Mortal Kombat Mythologies was more of it was a prequel, but I felt like, I don't know. To me, for some reason, I just felt like MK4 and Mythologies was connected due to the fact that, Fujin made his fighting debut or playable debut in Mortal Kombat 4, but he made his actual debut in Mythologies. You know what I'm saying? So Sub-Zero, or the original Sub-Zero, Bihan and Fujin has history together. You know what I mean? The pit fatalities in this game. One of my favorite pit fatalities is the fan, where you toss him into the fan. I thought that was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And Liu Kang retains his, dragon fatality in this one too, which I felt like I was impressed when I first saw it. You know what I'm saying? Due to the fact that this was a 3D, well, 2.5, 3D or 3, I don't know, but it was a semi 3D fighting game. You know what I'm saying? Because you can move around a level. Um, and also for those who don't know, the game War Gods was more of a precursor to this one. to see how the 3D engine would work for Mortal Kombat 4. You know what I mean? And I've already talked about that game. Now, when I first played the game, it was fun for about 2 minutes, and then I turned it off. Um, let's see. Now, again, I want to kind of get into some of the character endings. You know what I'm saying? You got Jack, Sonya, and Jarek. They all pretty much got the same ending. The only difference is how the character, what the character's fates. You know what I mean? If you beat the game with Jax, Jarek pulls Sonya off the cliff, and then he jumps back up. Jax grabs him, toss him off the cliff. You beat the game with Jarek, same thing. He pulls Sonya, drags her off the cliff, and he climbs back up. The only difference is Jax doesn't show up. And if you beat the game with Sonya, she basically, does Jarek in, and that's that. And then as far one of my favorite endings is Sub-Zero's ending. You know what I mean? Where he's Scorpion's confronting him. You know what I mean? And then Quan Chi shows up. Now this right here just made me believe that Quan Chi was a dumbass character. You know what I mean? And I never liked Quan Chi anyway. I thought his character was just, yeah, he was a scumbag, but he was pretty damn intelligent until this game right here. You know what I'm saying? So why would you come in and admit to Scorpion that you were the one that had his family killed? You know what I'm saying? I guess he didn't think Scorpion could do what he did when he pulled him back to the nether realm. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I thought that shit was funny, man. It was dumb. But yeah, the one story I really wasn't feeling though was the Tanya's ending, where she had Liu Kang follow her to find Raiden. You know what I'm saying? And she basically set him up, and they ran into Shinnok and Quan Chi. And so Liu Kang is confronting Shinnok. You know what I'm saying? And he hits him with the flying kick, and basically he just explodes due to Shinnok's amulet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I was surprised when I saw that because that was technically Liu Kang's first death, but it wasn't canon. Um, Liu Kang's story, you know what I'm saying? Something simple. He saved Edenia. The Katana shows up and basically offers him to become king by her side in Edenia, but he turns it down because he felt like he needed to still, represent Earthrealm in Mortal Kombat. Um, what's another story ending? Let's see. Reptile's ending was a trip. Reptile's ending, I believe he was the only character in the game, if I can remember, that died in his own story. Where he confronted Quan Chi about the deal they made. If he worked with them, then they was gonna give Reptile what he asked for. And then Reptile got pissed when Quan Chi basically, turned him down. But it was supposed to be Reptile and Shinnok's deal. So Shinnok shows up and grabs Reptile by the throat and basically kills him. You know what I mean? I thought that was kind of pathetic. I'm like, how you die in your own damn story, bro? I mean, it's Reptile after all, but I ain't surprised. I mean, Reptile's a good character in MK1, but I just felt like as a henchman, as far as the story, Reptile was kind of a joke. Y'all might not agree with me, but I think he was. Raiko's ending. Now, Raiko, you know what I'm saying? Is it just me, or does he remind y'all of Robin from Batman? You know what I'm saying? That's who he reminds me of. I don't know why, but he just does. You know what I'm saying? But he reminds me of Nightwing more than anybody. But anyway, in his story, he just walks through a portal. On the N64 version, I believe he just walks through a portal and that's it. And in the PlayStation version, you can actually see what he does. He sits on Shao Kahn's throne and he puts on the helmet. You know what I mean? Johnny Cage's story is pretty funny too. When he's accepting an award, and he starts talking. He says something that pissed off the crowd, and then he just start throwing shit at him. I thought that was pretty funny when I first saw it. but you know, it ran its course after a while. Like I said, man, the character endings were cheesy. You know what I mean? But yes, MK4 was a great game in my opinion. Do not let nobody tell y'all any different. If you like the game, you like the game. You know what I'm saying? It's your opinion. But I'm known for pissing people off anyway, as far as my opinions and thoughts and everything, which I don't think people should give a shit what I think about. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's my review for Mortal Kombat 4. It was a great game. Um, right now I don't have it for anything, but when this MK Legacy Collection comes out, I might just buy it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be honest with y'all, I like mythologies too. Special Forces, can't say the same thing. But Mythologies to me was a good game. And yes, I'm saying that right here on camera in public or on the mic. Y'all can't see me, but on the microphone in public. So, yes. But anyway, that's my review for Mortal Kombat 4. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you didn't, oh well. I tried. But about to jump off of here, and I will talk to y'all later. All right. Oh, and if you're watching this on YouTube, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And y'all have a wonderful evening. All right. Peace.